look at sweet mama watching me play guitar. She got long black hair and she's smoking on a fat cigar.
All right, hopefully this works. Yay! All right, we're live, Dan.
Are we?
Yeah.
I have no way to tell, Dave.
Yeah, well, we are.
There's the screen faces me no
Yeah.
longer, and you're just staring off into the direction of the door. Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Should I do my introduction now? Are you sure they can hear me?
Yep, I am.
All right. That was Jeff Pitchell's Fat Cigar you were
Maybe.
supposed to have been listening to,
Could have been.
but probably not because,
Probably
you know,
not.
Dave didn't have the sound plugged in. It was playing out of his laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was kind of nice to hear it without the headphones. And that means it's time for Not Just Blowing Smoke, and that's Not Just Blowing Smoke. Coming at you live from Twin Smoke Shop Studio headquarters in Londonderry, New Hampshire. Be sure to listen to us on Podbean, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, Google, wherever else you get your podcast from. If you're that was loud, Dave.
Aggressive.
No, it wasn't.
That was very aggressive.
loud.
Very aggressive. Hi, everybody. I'm Pastor Patron. I've got Pat. I've got Dave. And we have Dan Leonard from the 603 Brewery with us. Thanks for being with us, Dan.
Welcome to be back. Thank you very much.
Hopefully you still feel happy about it at the end of the night. Okay. We're starting off smoking something very special. We had something else planned for today, but sometimes you just got to call an audible when you have opportunity. And we decided to do that for this. Today, this afternoon, just a few hours ago, the Aladino Limited Edition Toro came into the store. And this is a special cigar, Honduran Cameroon wrapper, Honduran binder and filler, but they're not saying anything about where it's from, how old it is. It's undisclosed other than the country. So we know next to nothing about what's in the cigar. It's a 6x52 Toro, very limited. You could only get it if you went to the PCA this summer, and it's a limited release. Once it's gone, it's gone. What was it, 500 boxes, Pat, I think?
Yeah, it's just is it 500 or 800? I know it took place at the Corona, and they did 800, I think, for the Corona.
Okay, yeah. So maybe if they did the same number of boxes, it
Yeah,
would be
it'd be like
800.
yeah.
But it was very limited. So I'm very excited about lighting this sucker up, and we are pairing with it Slain Irish Whiskey. Slain Irish Whiskey. Don't worry, folks. If you're wondering, yes, the beer is coming, but that will be later in the show.
Absolutely.
Don't forget the burr.
I like Slain. There, I said it. I feel better. I like Irish whiskey, and I think Slain is really good.
It's clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crisp.
All right, let me light up here. I don't have the DuPont pingy thing going, but that just means it'll be quiet as it's going there. Oh, yes. Very excited about
Incredibly well.
So these just came in today?
Mm-hmm.
Hours old. No rest for the wicked.
Oh, that is very nice.
Very woody and earthy. That's what I get right off the bat. Like earth and wood and spice.
Pat, do you have other adjectives? You know how Brett likes adjectives other than woody, dark, and dirty.
Oh, it's like if you took a Corojo Reserve and put a Cameroon wrapper on it.
I think that's the shortest tasting notes section you've ever given
done.
on
Yeah,
the show.
Wow.
And it was spot on.
What are you picking up there, Dan?
you definitely get that classic Cameroon
Mm.
kind of flavor profile out of the wrapper. It's pretty smooth at the first third here, getting into it.
Yep. Little subtle sweetness there too.
A little what?
Subtle sweetness.
Okay, subtle.
I find myself enjoying Cameroon wrappers a lot. I
Mm.
don't know too much about it though. What's behind a Cameroon wrapper?
Pat, this is your chance to shine.
In what sense? Like what?
A tosador.
Where is it? Is it specialized in a particular region?
Or Africa?
Is it only used?
Is it Africa, though?
For
Well,
wrappers,
so
or do they ever
it's
use it as a
Cuban.
filler?
It's Cuban seed, but typically,
Honduran, it's
yeah.
I don't think they use.
Well, no,
African.
this specific one's Honduran Cameroon. It's just like a really sweet tobacco
Okay.
Typically, Cameroon is grown in the
in Africa.
country of Cameroon
Mhm.
in Africa, and that's the wrapper that's on like the short story, the Don Carlos of Toro Fuente.
Yep. I almost always have some nub Cameroons hanging around.
Yep,
It's
the
such
Nub
a,
Cameroon,
it's such a
same
great,
thing.
solid little quick smoke.
Yep, the Roma Craft Baca also has that African Cameroon on it.
Okay.
A number of years ago, Julio Aroa, who's Justo's dad, who is they're in cahoots making the Aladino cigars down in Honduras.
Okay.
He loves Cameroon. He brought some of the seed over and tried growing it in Honduras. And what's really interesting about what they've done is that because of how they cultivate it and the fact that the soil's different and the climate's
the terroir,
different,
everything's different over
but
there.
they do a lot more hands-on caring and kind of, to use a kind of vernacular, kind of stroking the tobacco as it's growing, they give it a lot more love than it gets over in Africa. And I know that sounds horrible, but the way they do it is so it ends up being smoother, not quite as veiny.
Mhm.
It's a lot softer. It's more velvety than a typical Cameroon wrapper would be. And so it's got a little bit more creaminess to it. Those Cameroon nuances are still there, but it's a very different thing trying the Honduran Cameroon versus a Cameroon
The
from
African
Africa.
Cameroon.
Yeah,
Interesting.
which tends to be more mottled in color,
Mhm.
and like I said, thicker veins, and a lot toothier.
Now, is this where you visited?
Yes,
You
this was
visited
this was the farm we went to.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice smoke.
Mm. I was surprised they came as soon as they did. I figured, these limited editions usually take 2-3 months after the trade show to show
I know,
up.
right? Usually we don't see stuff till the end of the year, or sometimes even like next year.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
they were gonna be late, because this was like Aladino was one of the only companies that wasn't giving any samples in their new stuff at the trade show.
Mm.
So,
Maybe they couldn't because they already shipped. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, with how limited it is, he probably didn't want to, take anything out to, give them out, I guess.
Mm.
Because is there another cigar that they're coming out
There
with?
is. There's the Aladino Black
Yeah. So
that's
yeah.
coming out. That's a Sumatra wrapper, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yep. Well, this is so good. I'm like having a hard time talking.
It's pretty relaxing to have a whiskey and a cigar.
Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up at Twins. The next big event is on August 12th. We have Jeremy Reeves from Cornell and Deal coming to the shop. Big Savinelli and Peterson Pipe Show. Jeremy will be there for that. We'll have Tequila Talia with us too. She'll be doing a tequila tasting at that event. $30 gets you 3 different tequilas. And if you do the tequila tasting and decide to buy a pipe, you can put that $30 that you paid for the tequila toward the pipe. Boom.
Perfect.
You can't go wrong with that, right? Can't go wrong with that. And then later on that afternoon, we have the second annual Pipe Club dinner with Jeremy Reeves. He'll be doing a blending demonstration of Dexter's Secret pipe tobacco. And I'm excited about that. Mediterranean dinner, 4 glasses of wine, dessert, 4 bowls of pipe tobacco, and you get a tin of Dexter's Secret with it. It's going to be a fantastic time and a great, great meal. And I can tell you that because I have sampled all the food, and it's really good.
Nice.
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Do we have tickets left for that?
I had those 3 last I checked.
Yeah, it's basically sold out. We can put 3 more people in it, but it's all,
What do you want me to tell people that are asking?
there's space for 2, maybe 3 people left,
Okay.
and then it's done.
Okie dokie.
But I'll be surprised if they are still here in a couple of days. The my newsletter went out it goes to all the Pipe Club members this evening around 6:00. So I think those last few tickets are going to go really quick.
So if I have my eye on a particular pipe,
Mm-hmm.
can I ask you guys ahead of time to make sure that shows up for that pipe show?
You could definitely.
I don't want to say
I
what it is
have.
because someone else is going to come scoop it before me.
I have that kind of authority.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. As long as they have it in stock.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So, and then on the 24th of August, can you believe it's August?
I don't know.
I can't believe it's
Years
August.
flying
It's
by.
flying by.
You know what annoyed me though today? So you get people coming in, they're complaining about the 75-degree weather, saying it's cold. Like, oh, winter's coming,
Hey, it's dry.
and I'm like, it's dry, it's beautiful outside. I'm like,
And you
shut
were
up and
just
go outside.
complaining about the fact that it was 90 and humid.
Right.
It,
Yep.
it doesn't matter what the weather is.
Like,
people
this is
complain about
beautiful
it.
summer weather. And they're like, it should be 85. I'm like, 80.
But August 24th, that's a Thursday, at Londonderry, Husto Roa of Aladino is going to be here and live and in person, where he's going to also be hosting a paella dinner, which is going to be a lot of fun. And we're working out the details on how to take part in that as we speak. But that's going to be a fantastic time. Husto is one of the nicest guys. I love him. And I'm not just saying that because I was at the farm earlier this year. I've always liked Husto and his cigars. And, he seems to do winners every single time. This so far is right up there, no exception on that list. This is very enjoyable. The burn is great. The ash is really nice holding on there.
What's the filler in here?
Honduran is all they're saying.
Honduran.
But they're not saying what region, what priming, how old it is,
Okay.
nothing. Just that it's a Honduran Puro.
Pat, how do you feel about the Cameroon?
No, we did the Aladino Cameroon, like the regular core line one they make.
Yep.
Probably like, that was probably 6 months. Yeah, it was probably 6 months ago. It was a while ago.
Mm.
And I did like a kind of a big thing. I think they're doing really good. Like I really, really like African Cameroon because obviously Fuente uses primarily African Cameroon in most of their core lines.
Oh, okay.
But I think like it's like they took African Cameroon, and I'm not gonna say they made it better, but they made it equal.
Mm.
It's just different. It's just a different kind of Cameroon.
Yeah.
Usually like when you, it's really hard to explain what my opinion of it. Like
No, yeah.
they took it, and it's still like you still feel like you're smoking a Cameroon, but it's different.
The
You know what I
essence
mean?
is there, but they've manipulated it
yeah,
to their
like
own
it's-
flavor
it's-
profile. Yeah. It's like grapes and terroir, where you grow the same grape but in a different area. And you
Yeah,
treat it
like
a different
they-
way.
they-
You're gonna get a different wine. Or same thing with beer.
They did a
hops.
really good job putting kind of a Honduran twang on it, but
Yeah.
still, it's still Cameroon. Like if you gave me the cigar and didn't tell me what the wrapper was, like I could probably say it's Cameroon. It's
Okay.
still right there.
Is anyone doing a Cameroon wrapper with a Nicaraguan tobacco? Because those are two that I tend to enjoy separately. I don't know if I've ever had them
Did
together.
you just ask Kuwataka Surfing if the audio was low?
She has a CC program, and I wanted to make sure that it was loud enough for her program to work. So yes.
Okay. There's nothing like asking a deaf person if the sound is too.
Well,
You need me to turn it up?
Her response was, "Wow, quiet." So
It's a top-notch operation.
so I assumed
you're
that
not seeing
it wasn't
us at our
audio
best.
was not loud enough for her CC program to work properly. So I adjusted the volume.
Why wasn't it adjusted properly before? What do we keep it
Oh,
low?
my gosh.
Do we keep it low every week?
I don't have a magic stick that
Yes.
tells me how everybody else hears it on their devices. That'd be kind of impossible.
But I think the doesn't Roma Crafts the bot. Oh my god, I just completely just blanked out of what I was saying. The Baca. Doesn't the Baca have some Nicaraguan fillers in it?
I believe so. Yeah.
With a Cameroon wrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I tend to like Nicaraguan fillers the most.
We have some
but then
of
I
the hooks that-
definitely really enjoy Cameroon wrappers too.
Mm.
So
And
yeah, I
then
was looking for that.
you have,
those two combined to see what
Miami
produces.
Tobacco makes the Africa, but it's a Cameroon binder. But then
Okay.
it's Nicaraguan fillers. I believe it's a Habana wrapper. I might be wrong on that.
Okay.
But you do get some of that Cameroon. It's unique because it's the binder, but you do get those Cameroon characteristics, and it's a Nicaraguan forward cigar. So
Was one of the West Tampa a Cameroon?
No.
No, they
No.
didn't have a Cameroon. What was the red one?
The red one's a
San Andreas.
San
San
Andreas
Andreas.
wrapper. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Dan?
You know, it's summertime.
It's
So
summertime.
It's peak beer business.
Peak big business.
But I've been doing a lot of golf and smoking
Golf?
cigars on the golf course. Yes, I took the game up 3 years ago
yeah.
because I realized I was sending my sales guys off to golf constantly at events, and I thought, why aren't I going? So bought myself a set of clubs, and yeah, I've been on the course quite a bit this summer, so I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you, I mean, there is such a cigar culture on golf courses, and there's some great events, and this event is coming up.
CANH.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll talk a little bit about that. It's a big acronym, so
Yeah, so the Cigar Association of New Hampshire is the obviously the group that advocates for premium tobacco in New Hampshire. So that I forget what the date is. I know it's the 30th, right? It's on a Friday. It's at the end of August.
I'll look it up.
It's
Even
like
though
a-
it's been sold out forever, but
Yeah, I think it's the last Friday of August, whichever day that falls on. And it's just like a huge golf tournament. There's 18 different manufacturers that attend it, and then at each hole on the course you get a free cigar with whichever manufacturer sponsored that hole.
It is an epic event.
Yeah, it's like you walk out of there with like 30 cigars. It's insane. But it's a good time too, and again, it's like a cigar industry golf tournament, so it's you see a
That's
lot
awesome.
of people and
Yeah,
it's a good time.
yeah,
You're
yeah. That's
you're
one of the
playing
ones
that, right, Pat?
we look forward to. You been out much this year?
The weather.
No.
Like I'm not like I have some friends that are golfing it rains out. I won't golf when it rains out. It's miserable. So I've been out
Got your
maybe.
cigar wet. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, no, right? So I have not golfed like at all. I golfed more in the winter than I did so far this summer.
Jeez.
Yeah, I will say the one thing that they don't have, they'll have on courses in the clubhouse sometimes. You know, a little humidor. But man, if they put those on the beer cart, I don't know the legalities of that. That's probably why it hasn't happened to this point. But that would be pretty fantastic.
Do you have a favorite course that you've been playing lately?
You know what? I've been trying to hit a little bit of everything around here. Been doing a bunch of Passaconaway over in Litchfield, and there's some cool courses, way up north in the White Mountains and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got some of those, and yeah, but enjoying it. And I'll probably go through about 3 cigars on 18 holes. So
That's
it's well, it all depends if I forget them.
Yeah, then you have to
I
light
have
another one.
I have a real problem where yeah.
We sell cigar clips.
I have lost a tremendous amount of cigars because I put them on a putting green and I just walked away and I forgot about it, and so it's a bit of a running joke with the guys that I golf with about how many
Sounds
cigars that I
like
lose.
you're picking up lessons from Kurt.
Yeah. Well, and then I
He
buy,
doesn't have to
and
do
then I buy all
golfing to do that.
the accessories, that,
Yep.
that you clip your cigar into,
Yep,
and then
yep.
you return the cart and you forget to take the clips. So
Yeah.
then I lose the accessory
The
and
golf
the cigar.
clip is one of the most repeated sales items we have at the store.
Yep.
It's
Habitual offenders of losing clips and
yeah,
cigars.
and you wonder who's keeping them.
Yeah, there's got to be some kid at the golf
There's
course.
got to be some box
There's
that
gotta-
has like 80.
Yeah.
What is this? What are these things that people keep leaving? You know?
Hey, he's got to start reselling them back to me. I think that'd be beneficial for all of us.
They're probably on eBay. You can mean
Yeah, that's
$50.
but yeah, that's primarily what I've
This
been up
was
to this
used
summer.
by fucking
I don't get to take long stretches off it or big blocks in the summer just because it's our busiest season. So
Yeah, sure.
try to be around as much as possible.
Have you been brewing anything special for the summer?
Yeah, we have a bunch of beers out and a bunch of beers coming. I do need to bring you guys. We had talked about the pickle beer last time.
Yes.
And the pickle beer came out. So
But you didn't bring the pickle beer?
I have a 4-pack set aside for you guys so you can try the pickle beer.
All right.
I didn't think it was really an appropriate cigar pairing beer. I just
That's true.
haven't found the appropriate
That's true.
cigar.
When are we
pair.
doing the podcast at the brewery?
Yeah, maybe a street taco. Like a street taco might be able to hang with a pickle beer, but
You're assuming he has Wi-Fi there, Dave.
I think
plugs.
we could probably pull that off. That'd be
I
fun.
can do
I
it
mean,
on-
I don't know if I can handle this level of professionalism, but I'm sure we can.
Yeah, hey now, it was a rough night, all
I'm
right?
sure we can. I'm sure we
rush,
can figure out
rush.
how to pull it off.
I was distracted due to Dan's crap.
Ooh.
Dave.
You pulled it together, Dave. Here we are.
Yep.
We're
Here
live.
we are. And another
Supposedly people
awkward
can hear
moment
us,
of
too.
silence. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
How about you, Dan? What have you been doing this summer?
working.
I've been at Twins.
Yeah,
I've been at Twins. I'm in one of those things where I'm because I do the buying for Twins. It made sense for me to kind of have my time here during the week, and since these businesses are usually, operating in normal business hours, that's kind of mirrored my schedule because that's when stuff gets done. So I've been doing the 9 to 5 kind of shift. And at first, having worked in retail and then before that in the church, which is 24/7, I was like, wow, you mean I can have Saturday and Sunday off? I haven't had Saturday and Sunday off since, who knows what. I thought this was going to be great, but now it's like, because I open up the store every day, right? I have to be here. I get here at like 8:15 every morning to, not only open up, but then I, get ready for the day. I have to-do list that I make for myself, kind of organize and plan my day out, plan the day for the tobacconists that are there, if there are projects or things that need done. And so, I get about 45 minutes of time for me to, get the day ready to go. And, but coming here and then leaving at 5, so I'm here when everything's open. So it's like, I haven't been to the doctors. I like a month and a half ago, and I think Pat knows this. I don't know if Dave does, but I had to get new tires on my car, and took them to a tire place up here in Londonderry. Got a great set of tires and left. Well, one of them isn't sitting right inside the whole setup, and so there's a slow leak. And there's not a leak in the, you know what I mean? It's not like it has a nail or something.
It's on the rim.
It just wasn't quite put on right. And so once or twice a week I'm stopping and getting air in the tire. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I can't take the thing back to the shop because I'm constantly here when the place is open, and by the time I get out, they're closed. And so I'm like now it's up to 3 times a week. I'm keeping the tire pressure. It's ridiculous. And I'm starting to be like, what the heck? How am I going to live? I can't go to the dentist. I can't see the doctor. I can't get my car fixed.
I feel like I opened a Pandora's box there, Dan.
Jeez. It's crazy.
How bad is your summer suck?
And now I'm thinking maybe working Saturday or Sunday wouldn't be so bad, because then I'd have a day during the week when I could get crap done.
Just need the weekday. You need one weekday to get all that stuff done.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're not kidding.
That's
I
the
have
key.
Wednesdays and Saturdays off. So
Oh, there you go.
it's
You're
great.
living- you're living the
I'm living
dream.
the life.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Pat, how about you?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah,
Fuente.
smoking cigars. Not doing legal reading, so nothing to complain about.
When's the next semester start?
Next week.
It's coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I try to forget what the day is.
Do you know
but
when your school starts?
it's in like a couple weeks, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Summer break is short.
It's very short,
It's real short.
especially when it rains every day.
How much
care.
longer do you have?
I will have taken the bar exam a year from now.
For the first time.
Only time, Dan. One and done.
All right. No shame in doing it more than once. That is not an easy thing to pass. Plenty of friends who have gone through that system.
Nope. Let me see here.
Daba.
How about you, Dave?
What about me? What? With
What
the
do you-
bar?
what have you
No,
been doing
I'm
on
not
your-
passing the bar.
What are you doing on your Wednesdays and Saturdays?
Jeez.
World of Warcraft.
No, actually, it's Diablo 4.
I was going to say, yeah, all my buddies
Diablo
are playing
4.
Diablo. I assume you're into that.
Diablo
one.
4, yep.
It's
You
been a
say
weird
potato,
summer, though.
I'd say potato.
It's rained almost every
Chilling with my
damn
girlfriend.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's true.
Almost
Almost every
Saturday.
day off I've had,
Yep.
it's been raining.
Yep.
The only exception was this Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, Sunday was the first nice day in weeks.
Yeah,
Take my mom out to lunch.
that's good.
Doing that tomorrow.
Let's do the 724 flashback. Right now. The 724 flashback, looking at important moments in history. Brought to you by 724 Cigars. Smoke a piece of history.
Absolutely unequal.
And in 1936, on this day, the Olympics began, hosted by Adolf Hitler in Nazi Germany.
Yay. Boo.
And yes, and Hitler was hoping that the Olympics were going to show off his theory of white supremacy, and much to his chagrin, this
Didn't pan out so well.
yeah, this dude Jesse Owens showed up, who broke a number of records and won 4 gold medals, made a record for the long jump that took 50 years to break after he made it. And basically, Hitler was like just completely embarrassed that this African guy totally beat all of his master race, and very, very interesting. So that's what happened.
And on this day,
week.
30 years ago, my dad was born.
Oh, there you go.
30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 by what?
Happy birthday, Ken.
We talking cat years or something?
That math doesn't
or
work.
Dog, yeah. Oh my gosh, that meant he would have had you when he was like 7.
We get stuff done quick in the Chamberlain
Virile.
household.
Yes, the Chamberlains are very virile people. Very, very. Yeah, we won't go there. Do you want to go there, Pat? You don't seem all that.
I don't know what the hell's
uncomfortable
going
about
on here. It's a lot.
It's an interesting podcast this week.
I don't even know what's there now.
Is the cigar changing for anybody as it's smoking, or is it staying consistent? Are you enjoying it? Are you getting,
I feel like it's pretty darn smooth. It
is
doesn't
very
like it doesn't seem to be building too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty easy smoke all the way through.
Pat?
I'd say it gets a lot more earthy towards like the second, third, and the sweetness kind of goes to the background.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that Honduran, like that creamy earth you kind of get in all those. Like the Crow Reserve is like in the beginning of it, it's like the best. Like right now, like I feel like I'm smoking a Crow Reserve. It's just a little different. It has a little bit more sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Because the original Crow Reserves, well, I guess there's only one, but the ones I'm referring to is I don't really. There's not really a lot of sweetness at all in the Crow Reserve, to me at least. It's more of like spice, cream, earth.
Well, I think it's more of a different sweetness. It's like a spicy sweetness.
So I don't get any sweetness in it, personally. So this one here just puts like
I'm getting a lot of sweetness from this.
no, this one, yeah, but I'm saying just the core reserves are to me like there's not any sweetness to them, which isn't a bad thing. But this one here is just that blend, but it just puts that sweetness in there.
I think that the creamy earthy sounds like a weird descriptor, but that nails it.
Yeah.
Creamy Earth. You heard it here first.
So what is it about Diablo that everyone's playing?
Well, it's the fourth one that's come out, and the
Hence
first
the name
one,
Diablo 4.
and the first one came out in like '98.
I played that one.
So
Yeah.
I haven't played
So
any
I
since.
have the original Windows 98 CD-ROM.
Oh, seriously?
And so it takes them like pretty much 10 years between each game to come out with a new one, and that's like why there's such a huge thing out and following for it. It's because there's such a long wait between each game that they come out. But another one of those is like Elder Scrolls. Like
A what?
Elder Scrolls.
Remember, you have a deaf person listening to
And,
the podcast, so you have to enunciate.
yes,
so
I
that
guess.
the
You're
CC
you're playing
so that
this,
So
CC
Skyrim was the last Elder Scrolls game, and that came.
and this is all collaborative stuff online where you're playing with other people, right?
Skyrim's
Or
by
Diablo
your,
is,
your
right?
Diablo this time. Yeah, usually it's like you can play with like other people, but this one is more like a kind of like an MMO almost,
Yeah.
almost there, but not quite. But the last Elder Scrolls game came out on 11/11/11. So that's a while ago.
Yes. Is there a
Nice.
significance to it coming out again on something that isn't like 2222?
I don't know. No. Well, that passed, so guess not. But
Pat, did video games ever stay in your life, or do they go away?
I played a lot when I was in college, but I haven't had time.
I'll pick up. I like a sports game,
Yeah.
and I'll have to admit this is a little.
Orcs vs. Humans.
This is a little yeah, more like basketball, football, things of that nature, golf. But a buddy got me into sim racing during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So like you sit in the full rig, and you got the shifters, and you got the force feedback and the wheel and all that stuff. So that was my big pandemic spend, is getting the sim racing rig, and it's what a little community that is. It's pretty wild.
I actually just picked up a whole thing, but I don't have the rig.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
the wheel, the shifter, and the pedals and
Yeah,
stuff
you
like
have
that.
that, and then you upgrade it,
So-
then you upgrade it. It's one of those damn hobbies.
I know, that's why
that
I'm
gets real
scared about it.
expensive real fast.
Kind of like pipe smoking.
Yeah. I was gonna say like
exactly.
cigars and fire.
What is it for if you get like a really good rig, it's like $2,000.
Yeah.
So it's like not anywhere in my future. So, but
Yep.
it's pretty crazy when you hook it up, and I played it with Forza Horizon 5, and you go from driving like a brand new Bronco, and you can feel the control start to leave at like 80 miles per hour and stuff like that
Yeah.
on the highway, and then you drive something like $2.5 million McLaren, and it's like you're going like 160, and you can just like lay back and like you can
Paddle
just
shifters.
yeah paddles. It's crazy. It's like you really feel it. It's unbelievable.
Got to get you in a rig, Dan.
That would be interesting.
It's fun.
That would be
You could
interesting.
actually drive
If
a
I could
Countach
actually-
and be comfortable.
I
Yeah.
got one buddy who does it, but he only does old classic cars. So he's actually part of this racing league.
Yeah.
He does. So it's like a wooden wheel and the old shifter, and he just races classic cars and online. It's pretty wild.
Do you guys do the PC one that's like legit?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I mean, there's tournaments. There's money to be won, and
that's pretty cool.
it's pretty interesting stuff these days.
Yeah.
James Crocker has one of those.
And you can
rigs.
smoke a cigar
Yes.
while you're doing.
Yeah.
That's actually where I got the kit from. It's his old one. He bought a new one. I got his old
His
one.
kit.
Well, the steering wheel. And
Oh,
everything.
so that was hit. He's the guy who's been buying it. You just kind of you got his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. No, I used to be into the whole sports car thing until I got into a sports car, and
Getting out is the
yeah, yeah. I actually got myself into a Countach, Lamborghini
Did you
Countach,
really?
and then I was like, you know what? This is not nearly as comfortable as I
thought
thought
it
it would
would be,
be,
yeah.
and the controls were all like black on neon orange. It was like horrible, like nothing that I would, for
Gaudy.
$150,000 car. Whoever made it had the poorest possible color choices ever, and then it took me about 15 minutes to get out of the car, 10 minutes to figure out how to open the door.
That car must have been on every poster and every.
Oh
kid's
my gosh!
wall
I
growing up in the
actually
80s
had
and
to, I
90s.
actually had to crawl out arms first. It was so
We
embarrassing.
had the posters. We had the Transformers. Everything. Yeah.
There's a funny thing about that original Countach too
Mm-hmm.
is to reverse. There's no mirror, so you
Yeah.
have to open the gull wing door on the side. You gotta stick your head out and reverse. And it's a boat of a sports car. It's gigantic.
17 feet.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a boat. They made a new version of it. I think just last year.
What they remade the
Countach.
Countach?
Yeah,
Oh!
they made a modern day Countach.
Oh, that's
yeah,
really
yeah.
sick.
It was cool.
Because that was a B12. That was like a Mack truck engine in a car,
wild.
That's crazy.
and it had like it's kind of funny to talk about the horsepower now, but back then it was like woo, but
Yeah.
it's actually like 140 horse.
Yeah, it's not.
like
They're not very fast.
Would you ever go
like,
back
well,
to playing video games, Pat? If you had the time, would you do it? Or is the only reason you're not doing it because you don't really have time?
I probably would. Yeah, there's some games I like to play, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have time in the near future.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way. So what games would you go back and do if you could?
That's a good one. I don't know. Probably like The Witcher, and 'cause that's what I was playing during COVID. There's like the new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order came out. I always tell
Yep.
myself I want to play that whenever I get time. I don't know, stuff like that, like single player games probably. I wouldn't get back into Counter-Strike again because it takes way too much time. So I don't.
Yeah, like that Diablo stuff. I got buddies every night, 4 hours. They'll jump on and they're all
Yeah,
till
see, I
1
just
o'clock in the
can't.
morning.
I
I'm
can't.
like,
I can't
don't-
keep doing that.
I don't have that. In me.
Yeah,
I don't.
I
have
don't.
that
I
in
don't.
me.
I don't have it in me anymore either. Those games, they can suck you in, and then you just, your time is just gone.
Yeah, if you have an addictive personality, you have to watch
Yep.
out for those things.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So
Still smoking good.
still
Yes, it
smoking
is.
very good.
Yeah, this is a good
We're
cigar.
in the final third here. So now I heard a customer say, and I think I knew who that customer was, Pat, that said this was the best Aladino cigar, period, in their opinion. Mm-hmm. Did I hear correctly?
That is what that customer said. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your take on this? Would you put this as one of Aladino's best? Somewhere in the middle? I mean, we're all in agreement it's a great cigar, right? I mean, no one's.
Oh, I definitely think it's one of their best, right next to the Reserve.
It's the favorite one I've had. I think
That's
I've had
fair.
about 5 different Aladinos, and this is my favorite.
Okay.
I've liked all of them. I thought they were all solid cigars.
Yep. Yep.
But I think this is my
Hand me an Aladino, and I'll happly smoke it. Doesn't matter what it is.
Doesn't matter what
I
it
have.
is, yeah.
I have my personal taste preferences, but it doesn't matter. If Aladino makes it, I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So let's not interrupt Pat this time and let him talk. about the
I don't know. I would have to. I feel like I need to smoke it like a month from now to kind of judge it. I think it's like its raw potential, like off the truck, is up there. But like the number 4 Crow Reserve, which is the one that they just shelved to put this one out, is in my opinion the best one, and that's tied with the Cameroon Queens. So. I think this one has the potential of being the best one. I just think, again, like it needs to just sit in the humidor, just not being on a truck.
Yeah.
Smoke it again, but
What's the price point on these guys?
16.
16? Oh, nice.
So it's like priced at where the Crow Reserves would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that'd be a $20 cigar. That's good.
Oh, that's good. There you go. You're smoking a 20 for only 16. It's fantastic.
It's a deal. It's a win.
How do you like it with the Slane?
I think it goes great with the sling.
I think it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slane's one of those pairings that's kind of a safe bet. I think because it's triple cask, it kind of goes with almost every. I haven't had a cigar that I mean, there's better pairings than some when it comes to it, but like I've never had Slane with any cigar and been like, wow, that was awful.
Michelle can look at that.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice smoky
Smoking
glass.
the glass.
I don't have anything more to smoke, but well, a glass anyways.
We'll smoke some beers.
Smoke some beers.
Oh,
Smoke some burr.
Yeah.
that adds like a caramely taste to the Slane. It's amazing. Yeah, I think the pairing was really good. It was a good pick, Pat.
I think if you bought both of these at the lounge, I think it only comes out to $22 for a single of Slane and then the cigar.
It's not a bad evening out.
No.
It's cheaper than McDonald's.
It's a good start to an evening out.
It's a good start to an evening out.
There you go.
Oh, my. Well, final thoughts on this? Yay, nay,
Yay.
Yay.
yay,
Yeah.
yeah, yep.
Yep.
Like,
2 yays, a yup, and a yes.
I think when we have Husto here in a few weeks, I think we should smoke it again and maybe see how it is when it sits.
I think that'd be a good idea. Be nice if we could do a special podcast while he's here or something,
Oh,
too.
yeah, it would.
If he's open to that, I'm sure he would be. Very good. All right. Well, let's take the opportunity and switch over to our pipe tobacco. Where is the tin?
Dave's got it.
Oh, Dave hasn't.
Nope.
Okay. Well, let me see. This is not my best night for being prepared, it seems.
Oh.
From the
Giving me all the crap.
yeah, well, it's easy to do.
Oh.
From the tin,
Feel free to
Little Gold
produce
Dust from
anytime you want.
724 Briary Blends. Bright and mahogany Virginias are blended with dark-fired Kentucky to create this special blend with notes of lemon citrus, hay, and smoked cedar, along with a stewed fruit sweetness. Little Gold Dust was the name of R.G. Sullivan's 10-cent cigar, which he later named 724. It became
Oh, no way.
the world-famous brand that it is today. Briary Blends are a pipe tobacco extension of the 724 brand and line. There are now 5 pipe tobacco blends out, of which this is the 4th. The 5th is 603 Roast, which is a coffee aromatic. And that joins Dexter's Secret, which is the tobacco we're going to be smoking at the pipe tobacco dinner, which is an English blend, an English flake. And then Queen City, one of my favorites, which is a Virginia Perique blend, and Boston Tea Party, which is a Burley and Oriental blend. But good stuff. This has been fun to do. It's been a project that I've been working on with Kurt and Kaz Walters from La DC Distribution Group and Jeremy Reeves from Cornell and Deal. And it's been fun bringing these 5 blends to market, and with the introduction of Little Gold Dust and 603 Roast, we're kind of rounding out that pipe tobacco line. We may add something in the future, but right now we're taking a break
Almost a
and
Virginia.
letting these get there. So I'm a dark fired Kentucky guy. I like that smoky, nutty, kind of earthy flavor, and with this particular blend of Virginias, you really get something very unique, I think, with this. And speaking of awesome, the Winnie Amber Ale. Look at
Classic.
that.
The old go-to. This is a banger, though, huh? That's really good.
You like it?
Yeah.
like
I'm the same way.
Smoky lemon zest.
You really introduced me to those Boulder, Kentucky. Like I get barbecue when I smoke those,
Yeah.
and I just love that. But yeah, I get kind of the hay and the lemon off this. It's brighter for sure.
But you still get that dark smokiness to it. But it's just that kind of lemony zest. I really, really like with this. It's something very different that's out there, and I think it was last week or the week before someone was talking to me about this. I think it was on the podcast, and I said that it was the closest thing that I could think of to this would be Gareth Hogarth's
Kentucky Gold.
Kentucky Gold. Well, Kendall Gold.
Oh, Kendall Gold. Yep.
Kendall
Kendall Gold.
But I like this just as much.
That's a good warm weather summer smoke.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. What are you picking up, Dave?
Like the first thing that happens is the lemon zest just like coats my palate, and I've been trying to do, what's his name? I can't remember what his name is, but he had said that not to retrohale as often because it overwhelms your palate.
Yeah.
And I feel like with that's literally been like my problem is because sometimes I'll smoke and I retrohale so much that by the end of the smoke, it doesn't even really taste like anything or very good anymore. So I've been trying not to, and that's really been helping me enjoy it the full length of the bowl instead of retrohaling every single puff. You know, and like the first thing I get from this is just that that lemon zest. It's just crazy.
How do you think it goes with the beer?
It goes pretty good. What's neat about this beer? So this is Winnie, is our amber ale. It was the very first beer we've ever made, and I think it's one of the only beers that's stayed with us all 11 years so far. It's still a top seller for us, a top seller in the state. But it's nice, it's clean, it's crisp, but it's got a definite, distinct little sweetness from some of the Belgian malts that we use in there, and it pairs nice.
When did you guys update the cans?
Just this summer. So we got some new can label art. You can see good old little Lake Winnipesaukee in the back, and yeah. So those are out there. And actually, we did something pretty wild this year. We like to kind of innovate as much as we possibly can.
Pun intended.
But
I see what you did there. Yeah.
we were one of the very first brands into cans in the state of New Hampshire. And we've just come out with something brand new. So instead of the old traditional 12-ounce 12-pack that you get in beer, you can now buy a 16-ounce bulk pack. So it's a 16-ounce 9-pack, and it comes in basically a cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those just hit Market Basket and the Hannaford's and all the big stores
really?
out there.
That's
Because
sweet.
everyone wants pounders. Everyone wants the full 16-ounce beer. So we finally said, okay, we're kind of putting the 12s to bed, and the 16-ounce cans are just here to stay now. And I think it's the first real 16-ounce bulk pack that you can buy in a store.
I have one of those bulk packages of session ale at my house right now.
Nice.
Yep. Love that.
And we just we had a big moment the other day. I don't know if last time I was on the podcast we had won this at this point, but we just won a bronze medal at the World Beer Cup for our
sweet,
summer
dude.
session ale in the session IPA category, which is one of the biggest categories that they have. So never thought we'd pull something like that
Kudos,
off,
man.
but
That's freaking
yeah,
sick.
That's
we're
awesome.
pretty excited because that's the biggest beer competition in the world.
You guys deserve it, man. Your stuff rocks.
So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You going for silver next year?
Go, always. We have the Great American Beer Fest coming up in October. That's in Denver, so we'll be making an appearance there.
We'll get gold when we do our.
Yeah. All right. Yep. The top secret custom beer project that 603 and Twins and Pat's been helping us drive that from the Twins side, but we've been designing basically a beer, and it's coming to be it's pretty complex beer now that's supposed to really pair well with
beer you can
cigars and
smoke.
tobaccos. Yep. So that'll be a fun release, and we'll definitely bring it here and do that with you boys.
Yeah, we got to do
We'll
that.
get platinum.
Now, when is that?
New category.
Yeah, new category.
When is that going to
Platinum.
be out? Do you think?
If we about a month from when we
Oktoberfest?
brew it. So if we brew it in September, we should be looking October for it to come out.
Pipetoberfest?
Pipetoberfest. Actually, we have a bunch of fun beers coming out in October and whatnot. We got a real popular pumpkin beer that comes out. We do one batch every year, and it sells out in about 24 to 48 hours.
Really, that quick?
Yeah, it's got a bit of a cult following. We do another pumpkin beer that we put out into the stores, which is a larger mass distribution. But
Well,
the original
All right.
toasted pumpkin,
we need to have you on the podcast for that,
Yeah,
just so we
well-
can actually have it.
that's fun because the flavors are just massive coming out of that. Just
I can
huge.
bring in some Tatuaje pumpkin spices.
That would
for
be
it.
because there's huge cinnamon and nutmeg and coming on and clove and coming off that beer. So
Oh, that'd be
yeah,
friggin'
if we can
awesome
pair
episode.
a nice full-bodied
Pumpkin spice.
cigar with that, that'd be a fun pairing.
Pumpkin spice
Yeah.
cigar would go great with that.
Yeah, that would be extraordinary.
Yeah, the fall is kind of the fall's a great time for beer. That's when
Every time's a great time.
that's
for beer.
that transition from the light summer stuff to the more rich, cooler weather stuff is always fun.
Yep. All right. So, Nick, who isn't with us tonight, he's not on social media at all. His wife basically forbids it, and probably for good reason. He'd never be off if he was ever on, so can't do it. But I know the rest of us have that. How much time do you spend on that on a given day? I remember when I was getting back into the cigar business, I created the Pastor Padron and Sacred Smokes handles to kind of rebuild my cigar persona, and stuff online. And it got to the point, especially with Twitter, where I was spending
You mean
Three-
X?
3 to 4 hours a day answering, and responding to texts. And it was like getting in the way of work, getting in the way of my own life. And I basically just had to kind of pull way back and not deal with that. But how do you guys deal with that? You all have those things. You've got that at work. You've got your stuff, Pat. You've got your cigar reviews that you do and stuff like that. How much time do you give to that stuff?
Honestly, like, not much anymore. Like, it's just like, it got tiring, And it's like, for what? So it's like, now probably like once every couple of months I'll put a post up on Instagram. I'm barely on it anymore. And like,
Here's a picture of the moon.
here's a
me and my
picture of the
mom.
moon. Here's a picture of
Here's a
the
picture of the
moon.
moon. Here's a picture of my mom.
And like a lot of the stuff that goes on Instagram, I don't even post to Instagram. I post it on Facebook, and it automatically pushes it to Instagram.
Yeah.
So, but the only thing I've actually posted to Instagram was for the Briar Bastards. That was it. For like months. But everything else was just a push from Facebook. But even Facebook, it's like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes a day total from morning to night. I just don't have time for it.
What about you, Pat?
I probably don't spend enough time on it. I don't really get sucked into social media.
Well, you get all these cigar groups, I'm sure you got the beer groups that you're in and everything.
I observe.
You observe.
I don't participate.
Whenever I actually post a review, I haven't really been doing it a lot. I'll get like a lot of like DMs and questions and stuff, and then so I feel like if I spent time and I kept doing it, it would blow up. It would definitely expand. But I also know that when school comes around, I have enough time to because you have to actively be on that stuff all the time, and like there's times of day that
It's like a part-time job. It really
yeah,
is.
like there's certain times of day that you want to post stuff when people are like commuting, and it's like I don't have time for it.
No,
you know?
totally.
It's an important aspect to our business. I mean, we
Yeah.
basically we have somebody who's basically a creative, and that's their full time job.
Or it's like
Yeah.
Is content development, and because it's the best way from a business standpoint. It's one of the best ways to engage with the people enjoying your product. 'Cause you
Yeah.
can communicate back and forth
Yeah.
real easily.
you could almost do like a series of podcast shows on social media. It's insane. Like I know, like with me, like I think one of the things that I do a lot is I watch. I guess you call them influencers now, but like like I do a lot of fitness stuff, and I watch a lot of fitness influencers, and it's insane to me 'cause it's like, I've never actually downloaded TikTok. I know what it is, but I just don't really give a crap. Like I think when Vine was back out when I was younger, I would look at Vines and stuff. I think it's the same kind of thing. But
My kids love
it's like
Vines.
Yeah.
I just think it's insane how you can
TikTok is like a daily part of my life now, just
But
because.
you just look at like how much money there is, and how like honestly, if you learn how to do it properly, how easy it is to make basically a living off of like your persona.
Dude, it's so crazy, like the stuff people do and make money on TikTok. Like, and like one of the things it's kind of funny. Like my girlfriend Teresa, she's like out of work right now, and so she's been filling up her time, with TikTok because there's nothing better to do. And she'll show me the
That's
stuff.
going to help her get back to work.
She'll show me the stuff that she's watching and stuff like that. And one of these things is like this person that just like, she does like I don't know how to explain it, like karma stuff, and she's like pulling the negative energy out of you, if you pay her $40, so she's like there doing like these motions, like pulling the energy and like this whole
remotely.
yeah, remotely through the video,
Through the
and people
phone?
are like, "Oh my gosh, I feel the negative energy leaving me," and she's like, "Yes, let me take all the bad from you," blah 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 blah, and she's like going on and all this stuff, and I'm just like, "Oh my god!" And like people are paying, for $40-$80 to have her like suck the bad energy virtually from them, and I'm just like.
Yeah.
What the heck? And I'm like, dude, we need to do this. This is crazy. And like, and then she'll like flip to another thing, and then there's this person sitting there with like this fuzzy thing over their mic, and then they'll put like putty on top of it, like the gel putty, and then they make all these weird noises, and it's supposed to be the ASMR stuff, and they're going like making all these clicking noises with their mouth, and people are like sending them these gifts that are like hundreds of dollars. And they get like 10% of that or something like that. Like, so people will buy these stupid little gifts that show up on the screen, like a astronaut like coming out of the earth or something, giving a thumbs up, and it's like bringing a couple $100 to buy that one.
You know a lot about this.
And
Dave.
I've
Hey,
spent
for
a lot of time
$40, she'll
watching-
suck the bad energy.
No,
out of you.
no.
I don't think you should be. I don't think you should be blaming it on Teresa.
This
Sounds a
is
little
what
too
we're
involved.
watching, not what we're doing. Okay, we're watching this happening. People, other
he
people
knows
are paying
about
for it.
the astronauts.
I haven't bought anything on TikTok and never will. But it's like, well, that's
Only
not
fans.
no. Well, see, one of the other things. No, one of the other things she's got to do is like this other creative person who they take thermoses, right, and they paint them like really, really coolly, like, and
It's a thermos.
Good word.
It's got to be cool.
no,
or it's got to be
they'll take,
hot.
like, they'll
It's
take
one
like
or
a
the
thermos,
other.
and they'll
Can't be
use,
lukewarm or it's not painting for a thermos.
They'll use
How do you make cool a verb? Coolly.
Coolly.
They're doing it coolly.
So anyway, I'll bring you in one of these. I actually have one of my cars. Pretty cool. But anyway, these thermoses and stuff like that. So I bought one of those for Teresa and stuff like that because they're beautiful. They really are. It's really good artwork. But it's crazy because you like flick through this up like. One of the other videos was like there was like this Asian chick who's sitting on like like a dunk tank, and she's just sitting there screaming until someone like pays so much money where she gets dunked, and that's it. That's literally it. And people pay for this, and I'm just like, there's got to be something you can come up with that's like absolutely ridiculous, and you're just like making money. But seriously, would you want to get dunked in a tank for 8 hours straight a day? I'm like, but they're making like 30 grand a month.
We're
Dunked in a
doing
tank for 8
something
hours
wrong.
a day.
We're doing something
We're doing something
We're doing
wrong.
something.
Seriously, oh my god.
You know, and there's the other things too. People just are obviously spending a lot of time. I mean, you know, my wife sends me animal videos, you know, from TikTok and whatever. And I'll admit, some of them are really, really funny. But a lot of them are like montages, you know.
I love the montages
And-
with
and
like the
so-
guy doing a voiceover for like all the animals and stuff. Those are the best.
A montage is like a collection of clips.
Yeah, collection of clips of animals, and the guy does like
No,
you
no,
ever-
I'm
you
not
know what
talking about the
about?
guy. I'm not talking about the guy giving
Doesn't-
voices or whatever.
It's so
But
funny.
like there was one where it was like you know, cats who had like obsessive personality disorder, and you just like it starts off. You see this toilet paper roll, and the toilet paper's like halfway down, and you just see this paw come down from the top, and slowly roll back the roll until the toilet paper was completely rolled up and faced exactly straight up.
It's a hand
And then
cat.
like a cat walking back to the house exactly in the steps in the snow that it took to get outside the house. You couldn't even tell. And I'm thinking, how much time did these people actually spend collecting this stuff, editing this stuff, putting it together, putting it to music? That's hours for this little 2-minute thing. And it just seems like there's got to be.
And it gets like 1 million views, and they make like freaking bank.
But it's like, how do you? I don't get it.
Not my cup of tea.
No,
I will
it's not
tell
my
you though,
cup of tea.
YouTube. I watch more YouTube than I do any regular television.
That's my jam. YouTube is my jam. I
You
love
can
YouTube.
find any topic that you want to deep dive into and just get into it. So that is
Did
that
you
is
guys?
super handy.
Did anybody watch what happened last week in Congress with the UAPs?
I did.
Thank you. I
leave you
did.
hanging.
I actually downloaded the whole thing from PBS Studios, so to watch the whole. It was 2.5 hours.
What are UAPs? For those of us who didn't
Unidentified
bother watching.
aerial phenomenon, or what was previously called UFOs. So basically,
Is that the PC term for it now?
basically, I mean, well,
The politically correct way of
well,
saying
there
an
has
alien
to be, right?
spaceship?
Well, UFOs are what?
We don't
There's a
want to
huge
defend them.
well, there's a huge stigma behind it. Like if someone says they saw, well, right, there is. See that you laugh because there's a stigma. If someone sees a UFO, what do you think? They're freaking crazy, right? So, but there's been so many sightings and so many recordings now that are on the regular. Not only from civilians, but from the Air Force, from commercial pilots and stuff like this, where they had a congressional hearing in front of Congress to figure out a way to take that information and figure out what this unidentified phenomena is. Like, is it aliens? Is it not aliens? What is it? Is it like some Russian thing or what? As long as we can
How do you
figure
know
out
it's
what
alien?
it is.
How do you know? How do you know it's alien?
You don't know it's alien, but that's
So
not the
how-
point.
how do
The
you
point
know?
is to figure it
How do
out.
you know?
There's no way because everybody's scared
Then
to say
why are they
saw
calling it
it.
alien?
They're not. They're calling it a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. So they're trying to figure out.
non-biological,
Well, that was the other thing. Is like they had three
non-biologic.
people. They had 3 people on it. One was like this, like
Save
Air
me,
Force
Pat,
colonel.
save me.
One was a guy who had recently retired from the Department of Defense, who'd been there for like I don't know how many years, and then another guy was a retired
3.
colonel from the Air Force. No, these are all highly decorated people that are like, like legit. And
Decorated with Post-it notes. What are we talking about?
no,
here,
like you gotta watch it. So it's like
if it's on PBS, it's not true.
it's not PBS. They just did it's on CNN. It's on ABC. It was on CBS. It was everywhere. PBS
So,
just happened to
On anything that Disney owns, this was playing.
There's aliens.
So anyway, the guy that
But if there's aliens, there could also be space.
the guy
tobacco.
his last name
Space
is Grush.
Mountain.
Space
Space
tobacco.
Mountain.
you could have space cigars. And you could have this space Briary
Yeah.
blend.
The guy whose
You never
last it was last job. He was in a wing from the Department of Defense, where his job was to record and follow up on UAP sightings from the military standpoint, and whether they be satellite imagery or whatnot. And so they were questioning him, like, is there a conspiracy from the government to cover up stuff that they know about that we don't know about with misappropriated funds? And he was like, yes. Is there
Look, anybody
is there,
that was watching the X-Files back in the 90s knows that's true.
well, yeah, but now it is true. And does the U.S. government have spacecraft? And he was like, yes. Did they have biologics, which is what they call them? Yeah, biologics that are not that are unearthly. And he was like, yes,
non-Earth
biologics. Biologics, yeah. And
People have been watching a
now
little
here's
too much
the,
anime. That's
no.
what this is
Here's the
telling me.
scary thing. This guy, he still has his clearance. Okay, he went to the Pentagon to ask for permission to speak on these things through DARPA, which is basically like the way they can be a whistleblower or whatnot. And he was granted permission to speak on certain things in public at the Congress hearing. So this is like it was bipartisan. There were major congressmen and women there from both sides of the aisle. Like, this is like serious crap, and it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy because pretty much all the shit that you heard about growing up is actually real. Area 51,
E.T.,
well,
Mac and Me.
back in me.
All right. Well, it's 9:07. I have to get back to my TARDIS real soon. So, what's the
Okay,
final
Tom Baker.
thoughts here on the Little Gold Dust tobacco from 724 Briary Blends?
It is my, is a tie for me right now between that and Dexter's Secret. I really love it, and I'm really proud of the Briary Blends. Thank you, Dan. I don't know.
I have not been able to stop smoking this.
Yeah.
I've not been able to stop it. I keep
So
going back
good.
to it. It's really, really fantastic.
I think it's the perfect summer.
It's a
smoke.
very summer.
the perfect
It's a
summer
very
smoke.
summer tobacco. With any of the summer beers that are out that have the either the orange or the lemon kind of citrusy thing going on,
pretty much
any
it's
IPA,
gonna go fantastic.
Go great
those.
with a wheat beer. This
Yep.
would go fantastic
Yep.
with a wheat beer.
Pat.
Good.
And that is not just blowing smoke. Thank
Such
you.
a wordsmith.
Right?
Can you come up with
Concise.
maybe a couple at least adjectives
You're
just
off
for
your
me?
game tonight.
Just,
Usually
just for me.
we get a data dump from you off everything. What's up? You not feeling all right? You doing okay?
I mean, I like it. It's
Sold.
He likes it. He likes it. Hey, Patty.
Patty likes it.
I mean, it's like a,
Smoky.
what is it called? A hot toddy? What is a hot toddy? It's like, I don't know, like if you had there's a drink I've had, it's like hot tea, but you put like a little bit of bourbon in it, and that
That's a
kind
hot
of
toddy,
like,
right?
Yeah.
yeah, a hot toddy, right?
Yeah.
So then it's like that like lemon spice sweetness is what it reminds me of.
It's very refreshing.
It's nice.
It's a very nice smoke. Very nice smoke.
And I must say, every time I smoke out of this pipe, I love this damn pipe.
The Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde, from Peterson.
Yep.
It is my favorite of all the ones I have. Make a hell of a
I've
pipe.
got one of those somewhere. Jekyll and Hyde pipes.
How many pipes do you think you have now, Dan?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now. I think it'll be 6 after this next event. I'm
yes,
sure.
probably.
Yep.
Probably. You'll almost be able to do the whole one pipe a day thing.
Yeah. Got to get a rack now.
All right. Well, that is our show for tonight. And glad you were with us and hung in there. This is available at both Twins locations. And something else about this, it is now going to be available to anywhere that has an account with 724 Cigars.
Nice.
So it's not only just going to be available here at Twins, it's going to be available anywhere at your favorite cigar shop. If they have an account with 724, they can order that. And
Yeah,
if
baby.
your shop doesn't, talk to them and make them change their mind. Or
Because they are
and
stupid.
if you can't, then call us here at Twins, and we can ship this anywhere in the continental United States. Be glad to do that for you. That's our show for tonight. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Don't go anywhere. And that's not just Bone Smoke.
Booyah!